Hey, what's up everybody? ESAM here bringing you another video. This one going to be an AMA because I haven't really done one of those in a while, or Q&A, whatever you want to call it, same kind of thing, honestly. So yesterday I actually tweeted this, that I want to film an AMA video today, although that was yesterday because yesterday I was pretty busy. Leave a question as a reply and I might reply to it in a video. So first off, we're going to have at Fire Fluffers ask, what's your favorite animal? You already know. At The Tier Zoo asks, what other content creators do I like to watch? So actually, I feel like I have a pretty healthy mix of the people that I watch on YouTube. I watch some vloggers. I used to watch The Gabby Show. I don't really anymore. I very heavily watch David Dobrik. His stuff is so funny, oh my god, and he uploads like every other day, so that satisfies that. I watched Casey Neistat for a little bit and I kind of stopped because it was just too much content. I watch a lot of music people. I watch Postmodern Jukebox, Kurt Hugo Schneider, Sam Shui, and Tsuko G are probably my main music people that I watch on YouTube, and I'm gonna link, put their channel stuff like over here, and I'll probably link it down below because I might as well. I watch the Philip DeFranco show for my news stuff because it's fairly unbiased and I like his, openness and things like that when it comes to the news. And then obviously I watch a lot of Smashed content, and that's no surprise. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the people I watch on YouTube for the most part. At Tsuko G, actually speaking of him, hi, do you like coffee? Coffee's okay. You can add things to make the coffee taste better, but normally I only drink it if I'm really tired and I have to, more so out of sheer enjoyment for the drink itself. Like I would never drink decaf coffee, because no. At Dr. Piggy PhD asks, what kinds of people or industries do you see as being key to Smash's growth in the next 5 years? So honestly, I feel like, it's all important. You really can't have much without all of the pieces. If you have bad events, then no one's gonna go to them. If you have bad streams, then people on the outside aren't gonna watch. If you have not entertaining players, then people aren't going to want to watch. Then you have, the people that make things run smoothly, but if the events are good and there's no stream or there's no hype players, it doesn't matter how well the event is running because it's still gonna be boring. Like, you need all these pieces to come together. You need good commentators, you need good, I love like the little content creators, like let's say, I really like what Sid Ortiz is doing on Twitter, where she'll just like go around, you turn and be like, hey, and just ask a random question, and just like little fun type of content that allows people to see, the players, or even some of like the event organizers, like the staff, like their personality, because the personality is one of the most important things in the fighting game scene in general, like the FGC in general, but Smash specifically, because a lot of the people, since we have had so many events in the past year, a lot of people have been focusing solely on getting better and not showing about themselves. Like, I know there's a lot of people, if you're not from a certain region, you have no idea how X or Y or Z person is, and you can only hear stories from others about how they are. But I feel like people that are showing the personality of all the players that don't actively stream and don't actively create content, which by the way, if you're streaming, or if you're a player, you should be streaming and actively creating content if you have time. I feel like it's very important for that personality to shine through, because then it really allows people to get a better sense of who they like as opposed to who they like watching, which is a very, very different thing. At X Fullstream asks, what is bad about Dasani water and which kind do you like the most? That's why it's bad. At Smash4 Recaps asks, if you were to be a milkshake, what flavor would you be and why? Okay, so I'm not gonna go with my favorite milkshake flavor, which I think someone asked me that question later, but if I had to put my personality in a milkshake, it would probably be mint chocolate chip, because it's not quite super standard like vanilla, which was honestly my first thing that I thought of, is like, oh, I'm a pretty vanilla person, but mint chip, it's very pleasant, it's not that heavy, not extra heavy for a milkshake, but still it is a milkshake. And then that has like little bits of like, ooh, that was kind of nice because of the chocolate chip. So I feel like a nice pleasant sensation, mint, so that it kind of cools your mouth, and then, the chocolate chips are pretty good, so I'm gonna call myself mint chip. And I'm probably wrong. And you can let me know in the comments down below what milkshake flavor you think I am, because that's actually a very interesting one. At Delta_SSB4 asks, what do you think is your favorite set of all time? And as a little addition to that, SSB and Cirque says, I like this question, to be honest. I would love to hear his favorite Melee Brawl and Smash 4 set. So that makes it a little bit easier because it's hard to do the things all across the games. My favorite Melee set ever would probably be, I would have to go with Plup versus Leffen at EVO 2014. 2015, where he beat Leffen with Samus when he was in Winter Semis and lost to PPMD. I would say like that's my favorite set, because 1, Samus is bae, 2, Plup is senpai, and 3, it was just so sick, and like the overall feeling of the entire crowd. You know, I feel like that was the set that Plup became a lot of people's favorites, because he had made it all this way, but she beat Mango, lost to PPMD, and then beat Leffen with like lol beating Leffen with Samus, and it was so good. Honorary for that would probably be Hungrybox versus Armada at EVO 2016, or Hungrybox versus Armada at GTX. Both sets were absolutely insane. I'm a huge fan of Hungrybox as a player, so watching him play, it's so immaculate, and it reminds me a lot of Brawl, and so I can really appreciate all the little things he does. He's so good, God. For Brawl, I mean, the easy answer is obviously Salem versus Mewtwo, but I don't think that's my personal favorite. I would probably say something more like Nick Riddle versus Ally at MLG 2010, MLG Columbus, because that was the first time really that like a Floridian other than Sabrick, who had done well at other majors, but my brother, right? Nick Riddle's my brother, so he did really well and beat Ally, who was at that time the uncontested second best player in everywhere but Japan. So it was amazing to watch him do that, and it was sick. Zero Suit in that game was sick. Thank God she does not have some of the things that she had in that game, like armor, or dash attack, or down tilt. Oh God, those moves in Brawl were gross. But again, I'm gonna link the set down below and probably in the description or the comments and stuff like that, just so you guys can see all the things that I'm talking about. So that's probably my number 1. My number 2 would probably be Lee Martin versus me at MLG DC, just because, you know, he was my demon at the time and I really didn't feel like I could beat him, and then I beat him with like this crazy comeback and this huge pop-off. Either that or like me versus Ally, probably Skate Hard. I think it was 3, was it Skate Hard 3? Yeah, it was Skate Hard 3. That was really good. I'll actually do PM as well. My favorite PM set was me versus Armada at Skate Hard 3. I really enjoyed that set. It was really fun to play him and I beat him. And it was one of those things that it's hard to imagine beating Armada, because it's like he plays melee and then is good at other things, but not like, you know, he didn't play Brawl, he wasn't really into Smash 4, so I never really had an opportunity to feel like I could beat him in a game that we can both play very, very high level. And PM was that place, and I beat him, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's go. Although, me versus Pink Fresh was also very fun. And then for Smash 4, I would say my favorite set. I'm trying really hard not to just be like, oh, me versus this person and me versus this person, although me versus Ally will be up, like, is at least number 2. But like that's my favorite set of like me. But the favorite set of Smash 4 ever? If I'm gonna say one other than myself, I'll probably go with Ally versus Zero at Smash and Splash 2. The famous double KO. And even, it was funny, at Smash and Splash 3 they had a moment of that, but it was obviously first stock, so it didn't sudden death, but it was just like another fireball for barrel trade. They both died and it was like, oh my God, are you serious? So that was really funny, but probably Ally versus Zero at Smash and Splash 2. That set was godlike. At Magic_boy asks, what is the tournament that you wanted to win and couldn't, and why that one specifically? I wanted to win MLG New Orleans the most out of any tournament that I've ever participated at. Because MLG was really, really important to me in Brawl, and you'll know this if you watched my like super old video of like why I game and blah 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 blah, ESAM's gaming story or something I think it was called. You know, I hadn't traveled before that, I was only Florida, and I've been to Orlando like twice, and there happened to be this MLG in Orlando, and I happened to do well enough that they paid me to go to the next one because that's what MLG does, and then I happened to continue doing well. So when MLG came for Smash 4, I really, really wanted to win that one. I didn't. That was probably the tournament that I wanted to win the most. And even though I lost and got 3rd, you know, losing to the Doc of Nairo, like that one felt a lot worse than a lot of the other ones. At least in terms of like not me playing poorly. Like if I play poorly and I lose, like losing to Kirihara at Frame Perfect really hurt. Losing to 6WX at SmashCon really hurt because of that SD. But other than things where like, I should have won and I made a mistake, of ones that I just like lost and I was like, damn, I'm out. MLG was probably the hardest for me. At Tonberry117 asks, what is your opinion on using static Pokemon Stadium 2 in tournament? Guest XXXX Mies. Static PS2 would be cool, but it's not worth the risk of either hacking your read because Nintendo doesn't like that, or doing the whole like 3 stock, 5 players, make everyone die, do it again, because that's just, it's a huge hassle in tournament. It's really difficult to explain that to other people. And of course, I am always down for more customizable Miis in the guest setting, but I am of the thing that you need one set. You should not be able to have multiple variants of one character when every other character is only allowed to have one variant. At Castro SSB asks, are there any players you miss that are not competing anymore or compete way less than they used to? It's hard to say because back in the day I pretty much only hung out with like Florida. And so like all the old school players that don't play anymore, like let's say ADHD and GNES, like I never really got a chance to hang out with them a lot, so I never developed this relationship with them that, you know, doesn't exist anymore because they don't play. You know, when I see the guys, like the old school guys like Atomisk or ADHD or GNES when I go to Texas and things like that, like I enjoy it. But I don't think I really regret not seeing anyone anymore because like I have so many good friends in the community still, and if I was close enough to them, I'm still talking to them even after they quit because I am like that with a few people. So I would say there's not really many people that I miss that don't play anymore. At SCMO_SSB asks, how do you gauge progress you make while labbing? Are you ever sure you've done enough? You are sure you've done enough when you stop messing up and you're satisfied with how you play. If you lab and it doesn't translate into what you're doing in game, it means that there's something missing and you're not seeing the opportunities in order to do what you've been practicing. You need to work, like, it's not just labbing in terms of like, let's say what I've been doing with like, I'm labbing out combos and I'm figuring out when things work. Because that's different because I am someone that already doesn't need, like, I labbed out movement, I labbed out random things that I will do, I labbed out generally being comfortable with my character. I'm aware of everything about my character to the point where it comes second nature to me. I don't really hesitate to do anything unless I'm like trying to react to something and it's ambiguous. So I know that I will be able to incorporate the things that I've been labbing because I know when it will work and I see the opportunities and I will be able to figure that out on my own. But you need to make sure that you have your movement, that you're not arguing with your hands mid-game essentially of like, ugh, I swear I want to do this but I'm not able to. Like that means you're not labbing enough. That means you're not practicing enough by yourself, and so that is when you stop getting mad at your hands and only get mad at your mind, that's when you know you've been labbing enough. At It's Kimaru asks, Cane's or Chick-fil-A? Probably Cane's overall. Like, I don't know. I mean, one, Cane's is open on Sunday, which is a huge bonus. Chick-fil-A, I only get one thing at Chick-fil-A, well, unless I'm also getting breakfast, but if I'm getting breakfast, I'm not a breakfast guy, so that doesn't really factor in for me. Cane's is just good. Cane's sauce is also better than Chick-fil-A sauce, so there it is. At Fierce of Florida asks, character picks aside, do you believe everyone has a soft skill cap in Smash, like a deep cerebral thing? Top/high level players have risen in shorter time than people who have no life Smash and still go 2-2. Character changes aren't aside. Like maybe some things and ways of thinking just can't be taught or learned in training mode. It's hard for me to tell because I only have experience in myself and I cannot tell how much other people are trying, are practicing, are thinking outside the box, are able to understand what top players are doing. Like if you are able to watch a set and understand why the top players are doing everything and you cannot translate into yourself, I have no idea why that would occur. Like, because I can't relate. And it's really, really difficult for me to do that because a lot of the time that people do poorly, it's because they're not putting in the time or they're not putting in the time correctly or they don't understand the thought process behind Smash. And it's hard for me to tell if it's impossible for them to understand it or they just aren't doing the correct things. And if they're not doing the correct things, how do you do the correct things? Because all I have for reference is myself. And that's all I can do. At the Josh the Bear asks, who is your favorite Pokemon that is not in Smash? And so my favorite Pokemon in general isn't Pikachu, it's Dragonair. Look at this baby. The Dragonair plush sits on my head, sits on my neck, and it's super cute and I love it. And Dragonair is my favorite. And Dragonite sucks, and if you like Dragonite more than Dragonair, you're dumb. Hashtag Team Dragonair. At Emon_Crawford asks, if you had to team with someone other than MVD, who and why? And the very obvious answer is MKLeo, because not just because he's the best and we would probably win the event, which is true, but because I feel like I would learn the most playing with him. I would learn, he would tell me, you know, when I'm doing things incorrectly, I would see how he does things and be able to incorporate it and tell MVD the little tiny things that he could probably do to get better. I would get better, and then I feel like it would be the most, you know, essential for my growth as a doubles player. So that's easy, no question. Although, I would rather just not. I'd rather just team with MVD forever. Like, that's, you know, obvious. At BF_Kanan asks, if you could build the best Pikachu for Smash from any main series Smash games, what would his moveset and playstyle be like? So, his jab would probably be Brawls because it could trip. His forward tilt would be Melees because I think it's the biggest and the most active. His up tilt probably the best in Smash 4, which is fine, or 60. It's hard to tell because like I'm also trying to factor in like the game's different engines, and then I'm building it in a Smash 4 engine just because that's how I think. So up tilt, I'd probably say is either Smash 4 or 64, it's hard to tell. Down tilt, very clearly Smash 4. And then in terms of Thunder Jolt, I feel like Smash 4's is the best. In terms of Skull Bash, I don't really know if Brawl or Smash 4 Skull Bash is better, it's hard to tell. Definitely, they're both better than Melee's. For Quick Attack, part of me wants to say 64 because it's the best in terms of recovery, but if you have Skull Bash, you don't need that broken of a recovery, you don't need a frame 1 escape option, although frame 1 escape options are nice, but assuming you have a frame 2 air dodge, it's really not that big of a deal. So I'd probably go with Brawl just because it locks and you can Quick Attack cancel. Then you have Thunder. That one's really hard because I love the Cloud Spike in Smash 4, but it is like stronger in Brawl. So that's difficult for me to tell. And then for forward smash, Smash 4's is the best. For down smash, easy Brawl. Brawl free. And up smash, I don't know which one's better out of 64 and Melee, but whichever one of those is like factually better. It's hard for me to tell because again, gravity is different in those games, fall speeds is different, so I don't know which one's stronger, but those are both clearly better than the Brawl and Smash 4 variants. But down smash Brawl's busted, oh my god. Yeah, and I guess then for aerials, Nair would be Brawl Nair, back air would probably be 64 back air, down air, Brawl and Smash 4s are pretty much equal, they both do 12, they both have similar hits done, I do the same thing with it. Forward air, I would easily say Smash 4, because given like the changes, the general changes of all the games, I feel like Smash 4's is the most positive on shield and it combos into itself. For up air, I would probably say 64 because it does the most damage, and also it's very much like, it's similar to Smash 4's where you can like link it over and over again, although Tail Spike is very nice, but I feel like you don't need Tail Spike if you can just go like jump up air, up air, up air, forward air, something like that, you know what I'm saying? So I would go with 64, and I think that's it, right? Yeah. And for the last question, because I kind of rambled about a lot of them, we have TDB Fluff asking anime, and my response is anime. And yeah, that is going to be about it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, social media, Panda, and partner stuff is down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye.